The Getaway is an open-world video game similar to Grand Theft Auto and was released in 2002. The game is set in London, and in various places on free roam mode you can find hidden vehicles. Here are all their locations so you can locate them yourself. Firstly, let's take a look at where we start on the map. You'll need to take note of this so you can easily get to any of the other locations from here. You start on Great Marlborough Street, and the car you're given is a Lotus M Mark II. Funnily enough, this car does not spawn in traffic and only appears at one other location on the map, technically making it a hidden car and giving it a place in this video. The Lotus M was originally produced between 1957 and 1973. After that, the rights were bought by Caterham and the Caterham Super 7 was released. In terms of PlayStation games, the Super 7 can be driven on Test Drive 5 on the PlayStation 1. On the Getaway, the car comes in one colour scheme, blue and silver, as you can see here. The one other location of the Lotus 7 on free roam mode is in an outdoor car park on St Thomas Street in coordinates T11. You can see its location highlighted on the map here by a flashing pink arrow, which is actually a leftover from my recent Vice City video. One flaw in this game is that there is no in-game map, something which was fixed in the sequel, The Getaway Black Monday. So when you're trying to locate these cars for yourself, you'll need to use the pull-out map that came with the game, or use the map here in my video for guidance when you're travelling from the starting point on Great Marlborough Street. The next place of interest to us is in coordinates A9 near Bayswater Road and Hyde Park. Here you can find 4 secret vehicles. As you can see on my video here, you'll need to look out for this small passage, which leads off the main road down to a mansion house, where all the cars are located. The first thing you'll see is the house itself, which is huge and has a ridiculous number of windows. I'd love to know if this building actually exists in real life. Anyway, the first car you'll see is a Nissan Skyline R33, my personal favourite Skyline of all time. Of course, the R33 is available on many racing games on the PlayStation 1 and 2, especially the Gran Turismo series. Moving over to the right, you can see the Tvr Cerbera, again another car that also featured on the Gran Turismo series. It was originally manufactured from 1996 to 2003, and on this game comes in just one colour scheme, a deep blue or purple. If we go past the TVR almost 180 degrees, you can see a small garage opposite the entrance to the property. Firstly, we'll take a look at the Lotus M250, which was on show at the Frankfurt Motor Show in 1999 for the first time. Sadly, it remained as a concept car and was never actually put into production. Also, there's a go-kart. This was made for the game, but naturally it resembles many real-life go-karts. It's probably one of the most fun vehicles to drive on the game. Next, we go from one side of the map to the other, all the way over to Bermondsey Street, near the famous landmark of Tower Bridge. Here you get another chance to drive the white Nissan Skyline R33 that we just saw at the mansion house. I should mention that there is another R33 Nissan Skyline that you can find on the road. It's black and is also one of several gang cars on the game. So you can steal one off the street, but you're going to have to be prepared for a fight. Anyway, this unique white one is hidden inside a small garage down here on Bermondsey Street, behind a load of boxes that you can smash straight through. Be careful when you're pulling out onto the road though, because you can't easily see left or right into oncoming traffic. The R33 Skyline was manufactured by Nissan from 1993 until 1998, and was then replaced with the R34. The R33 was a favourite with car modification specialists, and as such, it's very difficult to find a stock model these days. Next, we head down right to the bottom of the map, just off Lambeth Bridge. It's actually just cut off my map here, but if you locate Horseferry Road on your map that came with the game, you'll see exactly where you need to be. And the place you need to locate is an underground car park. Inside that car park, you'll find a modified Peugeot 306 GTI. On the American version of the game, as well as on the European version too apparently, you'll also find another car down here, but we'll get to that later. The Peugeot 306 has one colour scheme, plain gold, and has a body kit on it. which is most evident on the front and rear bumpers. The 306 had a long production run right from 1993 all the way up until 2002, where it was replaced with the 307. For the next two secret vehicles, we go back across the map to the famous Hyde Park. These two vehicles are located very close to each other on the map, right where my arrow is pointing. The first vehicle we're going to show in the video is the golf cart. Now these are easily available on GTA Vice City from the golf course, but this is the only one you're going to find on the Getaway. It comes in just one colour, white, and as you can see, it's hidden behind a bush. Just a stone's throw away is the Royal Park's Daihatsu Hijack, which is located in this car park here. You can also find other vehicles like a transit van here, but of course none of those others are special vehicles. The Hijack is hidden behind this little blue hut here, so you can easily miss it if you're coming from the other direction. Now we move on to something slightly more interesting than a Daihatsu pickup, a Lotus Esprit. You need to head over to coordinates D5 on the map, and you're looking for an alleyway near the HSBC Bank. The Lotus Esprit can come in several colour schemes, including blue and black. You can see the black variant here in this video. The Series 4 Lotus Esprit was produced from 1993 till 2004 and featured on lots of other games such as Test Drive 6 and Gran Turismo 2. Next, we take a trip to coordinates I-12 on Birdcage Walk, where we find the closest thing to a tank in the Getaway universe. This is technically an armoured personnel carrier and is actually based on a real-life vehicle, the Daimler Ferret Scout car. It might be positioned on a plinth, but you can still get in it and drive it, and also blow up other cars using the onboard gun like you can in GTA. Next, we quickly mention the tow truck or transporter version of the Ford Transit. This vehicle appears in various points on the map, but it's worth mentioning because it doesn't spawn in regular traffic. However, there are other versions of the transit van that do appear regularly on the streets of London. On this map, this next one looks a little difficult to find, but you're looking for another underground car park, this time in coordinates J8 near Chinatown, Soho. Inside there are actually two cars of interest, but I'm only showing one in this video. The other is a Honda Civic gang car which you can find on the streets. The main attraction down here is a Saab 9X concept car, which was on show at the Frankfurt Auto Show in 2001. The name 9X was again used by Saab for a 2008 concept car. Neither of these cars were put into production, however. This is the first location of the car that is exclusive to the American version of the game, and the European version too. It's at coordinates P2 and is located on Goswell Road. The vehicle is located at the end of an alleyway and comes in various colour schemes, including black, blue and white, and yellow and black. It's based on a Maserati Coupe and an old Ford Mustang, and so it's something of a car that was made for the game by its designers. It's a muscle car with sports car handling, which makes it a good all-round car to drive through the streets of London. Its second location is the same as the modified Peugeot 306 GTI from earlier in this video, and one of the southernmost points in the map, on Horse Ferry Road. It's situated in the same underground car park as the Peugeot as well. As you can see on my video, this is one of the colour schemes that shows off the car's stripes, and here it is. It's blue and white. Even though this car was made for the game, it does inherit many classic American muscle car qualities, its stripes being one of them, so it was clearly intended to appeal to the American audience. If we run with the theme that it's at least based on a Maserati Coupe, which is most evident from the rear, then it's likely based on the 2001 model, which ended production in 2007. It was then replaced by the Maserati Gran Turismo. Thank you, as always, for watching this video. I hope it helps you locate these cars for yourself on the game.